I cut the check, I cut the check, I cut the check. Tell my niggas we up next, so we up next. She shot a text, she shot a text, she shot a text. Kill the I might put the different day, put a nigga on that same shit. I've been ballin' with my niggas, Kevin Cambridge. Oh, you drippy, but you better tuck your chain quick.
Hey, what's good, y'all? Before I drop this video, before you watch the video, I want to talk to y'all. I kept getting copyrighted because I kept putting the highlights behind the players because I don't feel like y'all just want me to, y'all want to sit here and just watch me talk and shit. So I kept getting copyrighted, so I'm gonna have to take the highlights off. But I'm gonna figure out a way to put the highlights in the background because I usually do it and I get copyrighted, but this one it wouldn't even let nobody watch my video. So I'm gonna take the highlights off, but still watch the video, like, subscribe. What's good, y'all? We back with another video, man. We back with the top 10 point guards in the league video. So the way I wanted to do this little series that I'm gonna do, since we're in the off season now, like I told y'all we was gonna do, we're gonna do point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, then top 50 in the league. So just every day that I got time to do the video, that's when the video will come out. It's not going to be week by week because I do want to be consistent because I am a little page, so I want to drop videos to see if I can get my following up. So like the video, subscribe. There's going to be a long video, hopefully. And if I run out of breath and take something to drink, I just came back from boxing practice. I'm tired, but I know this video got to be out. Alright, so we're here with the top 10 point guards in the league. Now, I'm going to start from the bottom, of course, then go to the top, even though the top 2 is pretty much self-explanatory. I don't really have to explain it, but when we get there, we'll get there. But some honorable mentions. First, Ja Morant. Ja Morant didn't make my list, bro. And there's some players above him that probably would lost more games than they won. But I feel like they're better players than Ja Morant. But Ja Morant's still that guy, bro. Like I say about Ja Morant a lot of times. He's not going to blow you out the way with the stats. He's not going to blow you out the way with scoring. But he's going to win a lot of games. Even though this Grizzlies team is really deep with talent, they have their leader, and that's Ja Morant. And since he's been here, they've been competing a lot more, and it's basically because of him. And they've been dealing with injuries a lot, too. Jaren Jackson didn't play basically the whole year. He played the last 2 games in the season, and they made the 8th seed. So I couldn't put Ja Morant on this list because as a player, I don't think he's better than some point guards on this team. On this list. But he's still really good. This honorable mention is just going to show you how deep our point guard position is. I just looked at my list. I forgot one person, Kyle Lowry. He should be on here. He should be on the honorable mentions. But my second honorable mention, Ben Simmons. Now, if you remember on my top 10 point guards in the before the season started, I had Ben Simmons like 6 or 7. But I got to take the bias out. I got to take into account what he did in the playoffs, bro. Ben Simmons' stock, well, not his stock, his rank has went down a lot. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of players just played way better than him this season. So I had to take him out. But he's still a really good player. One of the best, if not the best defender in the league. One of the best playmakers in the league. He just got to get his confidence up. You already know how I feel about that. Another honorable mention, All-Star Mike Conley. He's an All-Star. So I don't really have to talk about it, but just the players above him better. One of the most underrated players in the league, DeJounte Murray. I feel like DeJounte Murray is close to being top 10, but like I said, this position is so deep. It's a point guard league. So he's not top 10, but DeJounte Murray is a really slept-on player on both sides of the ball. He made all-defensive second team, I want to say his 3rd or his 2nd year in the league. And his offense is finally catching up to it. He's actually getting a lot of shots off. His offensive game looks more fluent. He's starting to become a little mid-range killer. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. Another Murray, Jamal Murray. He didn't make this list because I just feel like in the regular season, bro, Jamal Murray he just lets the game come to him. He don't really take off like that. Like, I think this year is the first year he averaged 20 points. We all know Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray's a bucket, but this is like he'll have a couple games where he's having 30 and 40. And the next 2 games, 16, 12. Like, that's how he is, and it's kind of weird. It's really weird. But then when you get to the playoffs, he dominates. I don't know why he don't do that in the regular season, because he should be an all-star point guard. And the last honorable mention, Malcolm Brogdon. Same thing with Jamal Murray. Malcolm Brogdon has this thing every year. He'll start off the first month. He'll be like, oh yeah, Malcolm Brogdon is an all-star. Then he'll just don't do nothing for the next few months. And that's how he did it this year. Like, first 2 months, he was on his shit. And after that, he just slowed down. But he's still a really good player, really good point guard. And you can see that's why a lot of people want him. A lot of teams want him. But going into my top 10. Going into my top 10. Number 10. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, bro. Shai this year turned me into a big fan of him. Now, I don't know if point guard is going to be his final position, because I feel like he fits well and he fits better as a 2, but he can definitely play the point guard position. One of the smoothest scorers in this league. The thing I like about Shai is he don't rush nothing. You see with a lot of young guards in this league, they'll try to rush something, rush a shot, rush a possession. Shai plays at his own pace and he just don't care. He don't rush nothing, bro. And I like how smooth he is, how he creates his shots. He's really smooth off the dribble, really good balance off the dribble. And I just like how he attacked the lane. His shot is starting to catch up to him. He averaged 23 points, 23.7 points, 4 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 50 from the field, which is really good. 41% from 3 is really good for him. Because when you look at his shot got like a little hitch in it. But like this year it was more fluent and it was easier. Like it looked like it was easier to come off. And I just think if the Thunder would have had a better team, he probably would have been in the runnings for most improved player, because he had a really good season. It kind of got cut off because at the end of the season, I want to say he was hurt for like the last 2-3 months. But still, Shai, really good player. Definitely deserves to be top 10. And the Thunder got a lot. They got something brewing over there, bro. They do. They get like a James Booknight in the draft or a Scotty Barnes, bro. They got a lot, bro. But Shai, dog, bro. He's a dog. I used to be a believer in Shai. I ain't gonna lie. I thought like this year I was like, when I told my friends, I was like, with all the attention on him, because when you look at the Thunder team, he is basically the only offensive threat. Darius basically inconsistent as hell. Lu Dort, he'll have his days. Poku is a rookie. Like, I just thought all the attention would be on Shai, which it was, and he still had really good numbers. So shout out to him. Number 9 might sound crazy, but then when you look at it, it's really not. Russell Westbrook, triple-double king. I think this is like his 3rd or his 4th year averaging triple-double. He averaged 22 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 44 from the field, 31 from the 3, 65 from the free throw line. Jesus. But the reason why I put him on this list, man, he started off terrible. I ain't gonna lie. The Wizards as an organization, as a team, they started off terrible. But you can see, like, in the last 3 or 4 months in the season, Russell Westbrook kind of put it in overdrive, and he was the reason why they made the AC to the playoffs. So I had to give him props for that. And he just had a really decent season. He stepped it up. Like, I don't have his numbers from the end of the season, but I'm pretty sure he had really great numbers. He didn't make the All-Star team, and that's because he started off so slow. But like, he put in overdrive and carried this team. Then he reached the most triple doubles of all time this year. Like, he really carried this team towards the end of the year. And plus, this Wizards team, reason why I give them a little bit of leeway, they went through a period of time where they ain't playing in 2 weeks. COVID killed them in the beginning of the season. And they stayed with it, bro. And Russell Westbrook powered it, and just, I'm stuttering like hell. But he just got his team to the playoffs, man. I got to get him props like that. But shout out to Russell Westbrook. Number 7. This 7? No, it's number 8. Number 8. A player who I feel like is really overrated. I mean, underrated. My fault. Underrated. De'Aaron Fox. If De'Aaron Fox was on a team that was winning, or any team other than the Sacramento Kings, he would get a lot more props, a lot more attention on him, because I feel like he's one of the best guards in the league. He doesn't get the attention because he's on the Sacramento Kings, and you just don't know with them. They'll have a few stretches when they're winning a lot, then they just they lose 10, 15 games in a row. The Sacramento Kings is just a hard team to win with. Like, if you put De'Aaron Fox and John Moran's situation, it would be the same thing, because De'Aaron Fox is also a leader. But De'Aaron Fox is a better player, so they'll probably be even better. But look at the stats. 25 points, 3.5 rebounds, 7 assists, 48 from the field, 32 from the three, which looks kind of off. But the thing I liked about it this season with his 3-point shooting is he was doing pull-up threes a lot, and he was hitting them hoes. And that's the thing with De'Aaron. Like, his 3-point shot is not there yet. It's getting there, but like the confidence in his 3-point shot definitely went up this season. I was seeing him doing pull-up threes off the screen. Like, usually his threes of the past few years, they came off of set shots. Like somebody would dive and he'll just be wide open and he'll shoot it. He was doing a lot of threes off the screen and rolls, a lot of threes off to just pull-ups. So he definitely got his game better in that. Underrated playmaker. He's a really good playmaker for this team, especially in the pick and roll. It's so hard to stop him on the pick and roll. And then underrated defender too. He's a really good player all around, bro. He really doesn't have that much flaws in his game except for shooting. 71 from the free throw line. It's kind of bad, but like, ain't that bad. He's a leader. Like I said, I just wish he was in a better position. I don't think he's gonna get out of this position. I don't think he wants to. I think he likes this. He feels this is a challenge, and he wants to get Sacramento to the playoffs. But I just think it's too much. They still think Luke Walton is a good coach. No offense to Luke Walton. I like Luke Walton. He used to play for my Lakers, but bro, no, he's not. Bro, I think it was last year. They was playing the slowest pace in the league. And you have De'Aaron Fox, and you're the slowest pace in the league. That's terrible, bro. He kind of let De'Aaron play his game this season. That's why De'Aaron looked so good this season. But still, just the pieces around De'Aaron, it was a lot. It was a lot for him to handle. I don't think he couldn't carry that team to the playoffs. And it was close. It was still close. It was like a 10 seed. So, shout out De'Aaron. This is number 8. Number 8, NBA champion Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday is a point guard. If you guys didn't know, he was a shooting guard for the past few years, but they brought him to the Bucks to be a point guard. It doesn't need to be said why Jrue Holiday is a top 10 point guard, bro. He elevated the Bucks to a champion. They brought him here to win a championship, and they got the championship. And I know what y'all gonna say. A lot of people say, "Oh, the Nets got hurt. They went through injuries." Still, bro, if y'all want to say the Nets got hurt, I can just say Dante DiVincenzo was hurt. I can say that, bro. That's why I don't care when people say, "Oh, the Bucks won this finals because they beat everybody with injuries." I don't care. They had their starting shooting guard out for a couple months. So call a spade, bro. I think in the playoffs, Jrue Holiday showed why he's one of the most underrated players in the league for a long time. He averaged 17 points this season, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 50 from the field, 39 from the 3-point line, and 79 for the free throw. So he had a really good season. Really wasn't his best scoring season, but you're playing next to him, Giannis. You're playing next to him, and also you're playing next to Chris Middleton. So he kind of took a step back with scoring. But other than that, man, his playmaking to me is really underrated. He showed that in the finals. He was a better playmaker in the finals than Chris Paul. He didn't have as much turnovers, and he had more assists than Chris Paul. So shout out to him for that. You already know how Jrue Holiday is on defense. Can guard 1 through 5. I'm gonna say it. He can, bro. He made DeAndre Ayton look like a punk a lot in the finals, bro. A lot, bro. DeAndre Ayton could not back him down. And you can hear everybody. Everybody will say it, bro. Jrue Holiday on defense is so hard to score on. Kevin Durant said it, and Kevin Durant's 7 foot. He tries to back down Jrue Holiday a lot. It just Jrue Holiday not going, bro. His upper body is so strong, bro. It's so hard to back him down. That's why Kevin Durant, when he has Jrue Holiday on him a lot, he settles for a little mid-range shot because that's all he can do, bro. He can't back Jrue Holiday down, bro. Bro, Jrue Holiday, to me, one of my favorite players. So I'm happy that he got this championship. But yeah, shout out Jrue Holiday. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 7. Yeah, that's my 7. 6th best point guard in the league, Chris Paul. Now going into the season, during the season, as the Suns were like elevating, and I mean ascending, as they were ascending in the rankings, they was top 2 in the league for basically the whole season. I was one that said Chris Paul should be the MVP. I overreacted on that. Because, and people who say that, I understand why they say that, bro. When you look at this Suns team, you look at them like they're not making the 2 seed without Chris Paul, and that's understandable. But this Suns team was already a really good team without Chris Paul. Like a lot of us, and I can say a lot of us, including me, that 8-0 bubble run, that didn't mean shit. But it did actually. At the end of the day, it did, bro. They showed that they were an up-and-coming team. They had a legit scorer, one of the best scorers in the league. They had their 3-and-D wings and Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. They had their big man and DeAndre Ayton. They just needed that real point guard. And they had a good point guard, Ricky Rubio, but they needed that real point guard. And I feel like Chris Paul elevated that team, but I don't think he had the numbers, so I don't think he carried the Suns like I used to think. I thought he was carrying them motherfuckers. Because, like, bro, they was a 2 seed, bro. I don't think that's an overreaction, but still, like, when you look at it, it's crazy. You put Chris Paul on this team and they're a 2 seed, they're going to the finals. That's crazy. That's why I thought. That's why I was like, yeah, Chris Paul's top 5 in MVP rankings. I wouldn't put him there right now. If I was like looking back on it, I think there's 5 other players that had a better season than Chris Paul. But like of the impact, bro, when you look at it, they're number 2 in the West. A team that hasn't even touched number 10 in the West for the last 4 or 5 years. They're number 2 in the West, and then you go to the playoffs. They're going to the finals. Like that was my mind. That was my thought. Like, bro, Chris Paul is really striving, and he's really carrying these dudes. And I don't think that no more. Chris Paul had a really good season though. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. He was damn near 50, 40, 90, bro. Like literally 0.1% from 50% from the field and 0.05% from 40% from the 3. But at his age, man, he's still a really good player. Still plays at a high level. Like I said, elevated the Suns to a finals run. There's not really much I can talk about that. Still one of the best clutch scorers in the league. One of the best playmakers in the league. One of the best. I already said that. Yeah, he's still a good player, bro. Still a good player. It just, I don't think him being top 5 in the MVP ranking, I don't think that no more. I don't. I think I got to take that away because, first of all, there's a lot more players out there that had a way better season than him. And second of all, the Suns team was already really good without him. I felt like if they was a running back with the team they had last year with Ricky Rubio and Kelly Oubre, they would have been like an 8 seed. They would have been in the play-in, most definitely. But you add Chris Paul today. They're a 2 seed. So it sounds crazy, but at the end of the day, when you look at it, it's like, nah, it don't sound as crazy. So I don't know. Into the top 5. This player entered the top 5 as soon as he touched the playoffs. For me, Trae Young, bro. Let me tell you a story about Trae Young. We played them. I'm partially a Cavs fan, partially a Lakers fan, but I'm talking about the Cavs right now. We played them like 2-3 times, I think, this year. Bro, it was so hard watching Trae Young. It was, bro. That foul baiting stuff is so annoying, and it's getting changed. That's a good thing. It's getting changed, but it was so annoying watching Trae Young. And I just didn't like watching him, bro. I didn't appreciate it. But going into the playoffs, bro, I appreciated Trae Young, and now he's one of my favorite players, bro. I picked the Hawks to win that Knicks series because I'm like, bro, even though I don't like the way he plays sometimes, you're putting Trae Young in Madison Square Garden. Trae Young is the type of player that would thrive in Madison Square Garden. So I'm like, bro, I don't give a damn where they're going, bro. They're going to win this series, bro. And a lot of people was like, oh, the Knicks defense is going to stop them. No. Reggie Bullock, Alpha Payton, they're not doing nothing with Trae Young. They're not, bro. They're not, bro. When you look at it, that series, Trae Young was obviously the best player on the floor, but like not anybody on his team had a really good series. Like John Collins kind of had an off series. DeAndre Hunter was in and out that series. Bogdan, his performance was in and out. The second best player of that series was Kevin Huerter. So Trae Young kind of carried in that series. And then when you go to the Philly series, I was like, oh yeah, definitely losing this one. Definitely. You got Ben Simmons on him for 7 games. Definitely. I picked the Sixers in 5. I'm happy the Sixers didn't win that because the Bucks Sixers Eastern Conference Finals would have been so boring. But bro, Trae Young dominated the Sixers, a team with a lot of players that you could throw at Trae Young to give him different looks. They tried to throw Danny Green at him. He gave them 38 that first game. Then the second game they tried to throw Ben Simmons at him. That didn't matter. Trae Young averaged 30 that series, bro. Trae Young has emerged as one of my favorite players and one of the best point guards in the league. I think he's up there in that Damian Lillard tier. Because when I look at the point guards, I feel like Steph in the tier by himself. Then you got Harden and Luka. Then you got Dame. I think Trae up there, bro. Trae is that guy, man. He's that guy. He averaged This season, he averaged 25 points, which is low for him. 3 rebounds, 9 assists, 44 from the field, 34 from 3, which is also low from him. 88 from the free throw, which is also low for him. But I bet if you look at his playoff numbers, he averaged like 30 and 10. He had to. He had to, bro. And he played some beautiful basketball, bro. Then when you go to the Eastern Conference Final, you drop 48 in the first game on the road. Take game 1. They took every game 1 in every series that they played. And he had a great game in every game 1 that they played. And I feel like, bro, if he didn't get hurt, they probably would have beat the Bucks. I'm not even gonna lie. They probably would have beat the Bucks if he didn't get hurt. So shout out to Trae Young, bro. Trae Young is here. You look at him and Luka, bro. They're gonna be intertwined together for the longest time. But both teams won. Both teams got a future superstar. Well, they got superstars right now. Trae Young's a superstar. Luka's already a superstar. Dude just dropped 50 points in the first Olympic game. That's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Trae Young, bro. Shout out to him. Number 4, I kind of already talked about this, Dame. It's kind of hard for Dame, bro. It's kind of hard. Because if his team was better, he'll be higher. He definitely would be higher. Actually, I don't know. He averaged 28 points this season, 4 rebounds, 7 assists, 45 from the field, 39 from 3, 90 from the line. Thing I can say about Dame is, bro, I think it's pretty much wrapped up. Dame is probably the clutchest player to ever live. He probably is the clutchest player to ever live. When you look at all of his clutch shots, bro, they're wild. Like, just look at the Nuggets game, bro. Look at that game. He dominated in the first overtime and in the second overtime. And he was shooting the craziest shots. It was one shot he had Shaquille Harrison on him, who was a really good defender. He drove, turned around, back to the basket, and hit a step back from the 3. I'm like, what even makes you think of that move? And he had that sidestep and he hit on Michael Porter Jr. He was doing Austin Rivers dirty to where Austin Rivers was getting so mad that he started fouling his ass. Like, bro, Dame he's that guy, bro. And I hope he gets on a new team because we all know Portland is just not the team for him. We already know about Damian Lillard. That's why I'm kind of stumbling over my words because, like, it's not that much I got to say, bro. Y'all know who Dame is. You probably like, whoa, Dame at 4. Like I said, this point guard position is deep, bro. It's deep. It's deep, bro. So, yeah, Dame at 4. Hopefully he can get to a new team. Hopefully so. Hopefully he just really realizes, I don't care what Chauncey Billups and whoever the GM is, they're not going to give you a championship level team. So leave. Leave. Number 3. Just talked about him too. Luka. I think the thing that separates Dame and Luka is playmaking. Luka is just probably the best playmaker in the league, bro. And scoring, he's up there with Dame too. He is, bro. 27 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, 46 from the field, 35 from 3, 73 from the line. The thing I love about Luka is, even though I love KP, I don't think him and KP are a fit, but I think they can still play together. But other than KP, they don't have a good team around Luka. They don't have another primary ball handler that you can put around Luka. I think it's just KP and Tim Hardaway that fit around Luka. Everybody else is just, they don't feel like that. Maxi Kleber too. Everybody else, they don't feel like that. And he's propelling them to force the Clippers to Game 7s 2 years in a row. Actually, I think they went to Game 6 last year. I don't know. But like you see he can carry a team. The thing I'm kind of scared with Luka is I don't know if a star can play with Luka. And I'm not gonna put this on him. The one thing I wrote on my notes when I wrote down Luka is he needs a coach that like gets in his head, not gets in his head, but like puts him in his check. A lot of Luka's shots are like bad shots. Like step back threes and not even in the flow of the game, just out of nowhere. Step back threes from deep. When his shooting, he, like I just said, he had 35% 3-point shooter. He's not that good of a shooter. He's a decent shooter, and you can kind of see that's kind of why they lost this last series that they was in. It was so Luka heavy, and that's not all on him. It's a lot on the coaching, because that's why I'm saying like y'all can't blame Kristaps Porzingis for sitting in the corner not doing nothing, because that's how the coaching is. Luka, dribble for 18 seconds, and if you can't do nothing with it, pass it to the corner. That's what it was. And I feel like that's just one thing in his game that he needs to change. Because I feel like it would work so better for them, especially for this duo, because Luka and KP can play together. I don't think, the reason why I said I don't think they fit, I'm talking about attitude-wise. Kristaps still thinks he's one of the best in the league, which I still think he is too. Dude's 26. He still is. But he's just not getting he's not given the opportunity. And even without given the opportunity, he's still averaging 20 points. So I feel like those two will be able to fit together. And I feel like Luka just needs a coach that will just limit those bad shots. I like that he added his little post game this season. He's at that post game. It's been looking really smooth. His footwork and his pivot off that post is crazy. But yeah, Luka's top 3 in the league. Top 3 point guard in the league. No doubt. And it's crazy because you put up MVP numbers. It's just, the league is so deep. It's so deep with talent. Number 2, you're probably going to be like, he's not a point guard. When Kyrie Irving walks up to you and says, you're the point guard of the team, you're a point guard. James Harden. James Harden's the point guard of the Nets. Kyrie walked up to him and said, you're the point guard. Go be the point guard. So, James Harden, number 2, he averaged 24 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists, 46 from the field, 36 from the line, 86 from the free throw line. And the thing I loved about James Harden this year is he slid right into that point guard role. As soon as he went to the Nets, he slid right into that point guard role. And the reason why that impressed me so much was my whole thing was I didn't think he was going to do that. I didn't. I kind of put that whole, when Harden was a point guard, when he first went to the Rockets, when they had Chandler Parsons, the Monte Eunice dude, and when they had Dwight Howard, I kind of put that whole season, that whole couple seasons that he had with them, I kind of put that in the back of my brain. I forgot that he was a point guard with them. And I feel like when he went to the Nets, I felt like they wasn't going to have no playmaking at all. And he came in here, he slipped right into that playmaker role. The last few years, we've been looking at James Harden as a 35-plus scorer a game. This season, he averaged 24, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. He slipped right back into that point guard role. He showed that he's still one of the best playmakers in the league. He made DeAndre Jordan look decent. No offense, bro. It's just not it no more. But yeah, shout out to James Harden, bro. Wish he didn't get hurt, because I did kind of feel like they were gonna get that ring. But I'm not one of the people that was gonna be like, if the Nets, nobody on the Nets got hurt, they would have swept the Bucks. That thing confuses me, because before that series, everybody was hyping up that series, saying it was gonna be like a 6-7 game series. But just because they dominated the first 2 games, now you're gonna be like, oh no, they would have beat them before. No, bro, no. If they didn't get hurt, I still would have picked that series to go 6-7. Still, I would have had the next one at that, but still. But yeah, James Harden had a really good season. He kind of got plagued with injuries and COVID all year. So I think he only played like 30 or 40 games this season. So hopefully he can bounce back next year. He's having the time of his life though. Boy was in France and Paris, rolling loud. He having the time of his life. Number 1, I already know who it is. Wardell, Stephen Curry. I feel like Steph Curry is a locked top 3 player, NBA player in the league. I think it's locked. I think it's him, Giannis, and KD. And he dominated this year, bro. Scoring champ, 32 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 48 from the field, 42 from 3. I didn't get what he shot from the free throw line. But he dominated, bro. Had so many great performances. He had a 60 ball this year, a lot of 50s, a lot of 40s. He dominated this year, bro. He carried this team. Because when you look at it, he was the only offensive threat. All the attention was on him. And that was the thing that a lot of people questioned. With all the attention on him, is this Warriors team going to still be good? And they were good. Just the West is deep as hell. It was deep. So shout out to Steph Curry, bro. Can't wait till Klay Thompson comes back. I can't, bro. Can't wait till Klay Thompson comes back. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, bro. Like and subscribe. Let me know if you think I got anything wrong or anything you'll switch. I think I had a good list. Like I said, Ja Morant is probably the only player that I would like debate putting him in that in the 10 position. But I feel like Shai's better than Ja. But other than that, man, let me know. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out.